Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another day with Delenn. We are on the Dadcraft server and DC73's Patreon server. As you can see, it's nighttime. I just got on the server and had a few visitors to say hello to. So today's project, we are going to be working on the raid farm. I've started a little bit on the weekend, so we got the hole dug, and I've got one of the Ravager traps in place. And we'll just have... Oop. And did I just... I don't know what I just did. Well, no worries there. Let's put that out of the way, so no problem again. Food. Alrighty. So as you can see, we've got our hole dug. I've got golems that insist on wandering away, so I have to periodically go and babysit them and tell them, no, you can't do that, gotta come back. I have to make sure I catch them before they go too far, because if they wander too far away, like this far one has, there's a very serious chance that I may not actually get them back before the regular villagers come in and take out the other ones entirely. So let's just see if we can get this guy to stop wandering away quite so far. Not sure what it is that drags them away, but they don't like hanging out with me for some reason. Come on, buddy. You need to come back to work. I've done a complete restart of my system this morning to see if everything will stay cooperative, but I have no idea if it's going to actually cooperate because tests seem to suggest that everything should be just fine. However, as we've seen over the course of the weekend, that's not necessarily going to actually be the case when we finally get moving. Oh, and there's another one. Okay. So the golem plan, aside from them running away, the golem plan seems to work fairly well to keep some of the harassment out of the road. That doesn't mean that it solves everything, but I've got some stone here. I may have to make a run back to the base to get more. It's just that the guy that I took out right when I was showing up was an illager, or not illager, sorry, a captain, I guess. So I've got the bad omen at the moment. Don't particularly want to go running back toward my my base because I've got, it's definitely tagged as being a village. It was a village when I started, and yeah, so I don't really want to raid at my base. So not fun considering that I got owned pretty quickly on the weekend. Yeah, not a great plan. In any case, I'm just going to dig on in and start working on this thing. So the next step is to make 3 more of these things, and then we'll start digging out underneath here. Cow's not too far. I'm thinking. Let's see if I can. This one. I'm gonna go tie the nearest cow to a tree, just so that I can get some more milk on demand, because villagers the columns just keep taking out the cows repeatedly. I don't know what their deal is, but they just don't seem to like my cows. So, on to, I think this is cow number 5, maybe? Something like that. Really don't like my cows. Maybe if I don't put them at the usual spot and I put them else, maybe that might help. Let's try that. I love a Murgatroyd. Go away. So yeah, this is a little more exciting to me than just digging holes and working on stuff. Not very organized in my gear here, so I don't know if I've actually got what I need. If I don't have what I want in terms of actual stone, then
Hello.
Good morning. Glad to see you, Zerk. Sorry I didn't warn you I was going live. I actually debated taking the day off today, but decided that... Oh, lovely. Decided that wasn't the world's best plan.
Ow.
Well, You're kind of a lost cause, dude. Sorry, man. Don't really care at this point in time, so let's just clean the water out of that one. Ah, what I was hoping was not going to happen. Well, in time, huh? Go away. All right. No, sorry about that. See what have we got here. By the way, Zerk, if that little custom shutout is getting old and you're kind of tired of it, just let me know and I will shut that puppy down. For the purposes of the mods, letting you know that there will be an update to the bot coming really soon, and one of the things that it does in the new update is that it allows us to have a web page version of the all the mod buttons and stuff, so you wouldn't end up having to actually use commands in the chat any longer. You could actually press buttons on a web page if you wanted to. I'm looking forward to that one. See if that will help us out at all. Because there's nothing super fancy going on at my end that you guys couldn't do. But in any case, where am I here? I'm trying to figure out which end is up. 1 second. 2. I'm gonna see some blah blah text on the screen just because I'm... Well, maybe not. Nope, that's just my screen. Seriously? Guys. Neon had said put water all the way around so that it wouldn't, that these guys wouldn't come in. But it actually ended up, I did try it while I was off camera, and it actually ended up causing me more headaches than I thought it was worth, so. For example, I should not have put the lava in the lava blade yet, because, you know, that was kind of a dumb move, but. You make mistakes, right? Anyway, So in full disclosure, just for, I don't think anybody actually ever asked, but because I can, I've added a new tag to the profile, and it's just letting everybody know that I may not always be the happiest camper on the planet. And so that means forearmed, I guess. Forewarned is forearmed, something like that. Okay, I put the water back down. No, let's not do that yet. Alright, next one. Okay. I may be an axe weapon convert. I really wasn't paying attention. I mean, you get looting and all this kind of stuff with with a sword, but if I take a look at the sword, I'm only getting 7 attack damage, even though it's 1.6 speed. With this one, I lose the 0.6, but I've got 12 attack damage. So I figure for the way I play, at least while I'm building these constructions, the extra points of actual damage are probably a little more useful to me. That's where we be at the moment. Two. I'm glad that it gives you a chuckle, because I wouldn't want to be rude. I guess let's put it that way, because I really don't want to bug people, I guess. But yeah, just a little overly concerned about that sort of thing sometimes. Signs, where are we? Sign everywhere. Last one up. When I first did it, it's purely accidental that the signs appear to be offset from one another, because that actually has no effect on anything. But I just thought it looked cool. But when I figured out that I had done that, oops. Dead, please. Okay. Luke. That just happened of the bed and the wool block and the emergency box in the same orientation as the bed, which is kind of funny. Used and all that? Okay. Half glass. Alright. That. Oh. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I can do a job. Getting pretty beat up. I don't know if I'm going to bother putting villagers in here. I probably should, but probably should put villagers in there. It's going to be such a pain when it actually happens. I'm probably going to end up asking for help from some of the server mates just to get the villagers in. It's not that I couldn't do it if I was on my own, but managing the villagers and not having the frustration, which would get me, how should we say it, heavy duty humming, I guess, for losing them, with the illagers popping around, so that would not a good scene. So when it comes time to actually add the villagers, I will probably ask a server mate for help, just for sanity purposes. Thanks. I can't even see. What the heck? Dude. Come here. Go away. I have enough minor harassers that it's tempting to make the whole thing functional before I even put the villagers in and just see what happens. I wouldn't get a full-on raid, nor would I get any totems or anything, but sometimes the cathartic bit of just being able to smack some face would be nice. Okay, so 6. So the 2, 3. 4. Now I'm going with very basic materials in this build, but it's easy enough to get, and frankly, I don't need to line things with materials anyways. I just like the way it looks. That's why I'm doing the cobble in the bottom and then the stone on the outside edge. Just one. Time. the way, Zork, just for pure curiosity, I know you're a mod. I get that, but I asked very nicely. Just kind of curious, what is it that keeps you coming back? Because I know that there is competition in this window, which does not make it easy to search said competition, just to see what's going on. Like, you can't search for a time slot and a category and say, hey, show me everybody that's doing this game in this window. So, I mean, you can do it live and just scroll through the recommendeds and stuff, but that's not quite what I'm looking for. But I was just curious what it is that keeps people coming back. Because basically, for sanity reasons, I guess, not my sanity, but just in general, every single piece of advice people give me about streaming, they'll say, figure out who you are, figure out your uniqueness, figure out what it is that keeps your viewers coming back. And I never really bothered to ask, you know? It's one of those things that, as I said, I play anyways, but what it is about it. And some people say be entertaining and exciting and whatever. Not happening. Or why? But no, it's just that's not happening. It's some days I just don't feel it, so it's the what are the minimums to focus on? You know? I hate grass. I don't know what it is. I like the texture of the grass block at the bottom, but this tall stuff that grows on top, not even too high, it's just right one high, but it's enough. Okay, so I think that's the same. That one went really fast compared to the previous build of it, so I think I've got everything in there. We'll find out if it fails when we fire it up. Okay, where are you? Do that. You leave him alone. It's always weird though when you kill one of these things, sound that plays as they've died. I mean, they die and make a meow type noise, but it also sounds like the creak of their bow reloading. And so I'm forever looking around to see, where's the other one? Where's the next one? See? Usually there. I've got two now? Where'd the other ones go? One off in the bush, and I lost one. Okay, that works. That's the math. Oops, you fell. Sorry. Back? Okay. Then we're on to number 3. Build things. That one. Ah. Ball. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guys in trouble? Or not? Okay. One of the perks to, I mean, longer term, one of the perks to building right on the Pillager Outpost site is you're going to get the natural spawnations. Far more. But not enough to necessarily qualify it as a half-decent raid location. It just works well for the practice of the build. On that side, the other side. Right. Wrong. Doing it wrong, Glenn. Had a bit of a chuckle yesterday when I was watching CJRV Williams on his stream, and it was just amusing because he was not complaining. He had CJBot in his stream with him, and CJRV Williams, like myself sometimes, refers to himself in the third person, and it was confusing CJBot because we often just call them both CJ. So, yeah. It was a bit of a chuckle there because we were having a bit of a discussion over that one. And then CJRV Williams started double checking himself and kept was second guessing his comment because he was saying, "Oh no, it's me, not you," kind of thing, and it was silly. Come on. I did that wrong. I did that wrong.
Hello.
Hello, how are you, Peregrine? Did I catch you before work? Or did you catch me before your work? I hope you're doing well today, and you had yourself a good tail end to your weekend. I'm assuming that you've got one of those jobs that could theoretically be scheduled any day of the week, so the fact that you managed to make your weekend free is pretty impressive. Yeah, made a boo-boo. Made a boo-boo. So, yeah, as I was saying earlier, when I actually get this thing finished, I'm going to probably end up asking the roommates for help to get the villagers in, just because I'm not that great at moving villagers in the first place. Moving them under duress when I have to worry about whether or not they're going to survive. Just getting here is a little more than I'm comfortable with on my own, so one thing that's going to be a learning experience. But the good news is I only need 2, so I don't have to breed them or anything. And I don't even know if the village nearby is completely depopulated or if still something there. I'll have to go explore. But not while I've got Bad Omen. Okay, so 3. I think I built this right? Looks right-ish. Yeah, okay. The trough in behind. Can't go through there. Take out. You can dealing with the effects of eating vending machine hot pockets. Ooh. Was the vending machine the one that was making them hot, or did you buy them and then make them hot yourself? Because either way, that doesn't sound healthy. I don't think I've had an actual branded Hot Pocket in years. My kids are a fan of Pizza Pops, which I can't remember who makes those. It's always confusing for me whether it's McCain or Pillsbury or who knows what. You bought them and then made them hot. Okay. So then there's a chance that the whatever it was that was in them didn't get properly killed off during the heating process. Sounds like. Whereas if the machine makes them hot, sometimes I'm wondering if they just don't always heat them to the correct temperature. Our systems don't like that. Yeah, they always seem to be either frozen or molten, exactly. I find in a microwave I usually give them half the time, and then I flip them over and move them 90 degrees on the plate, and then continue the process. It just seems to be a little more reliable at our house. We're doing Pizza Pops, for example. But you never know if you've got them hot enough. I mean, if they're molten, you're pretty sure you're not going to have, like, food poisoning or something out of them, for the most part. But they're just not pleasant that way either, because then nothing tastes good if you've burnt your tongue, which, unfortunately, I do rather frequently. Ew, yeah, refrigerated instead of frozen. But on the other hand, I mean, convenience foods sometimes are, it's just a necessity, right? Sometimes when things go sideways, you have convenience food. Okay, what do I have? Bags. I bring the right box. I did. Sort of. Some of them. Some of the stuff all of it. Okay. Eek. That makes for an unpleasant day. Yeah, I'm, what do you call it? Gluten sensitive? So it's not necessarily proper celiac, or at least none of the tests have come up that way. I mean, I could be throwing them. It's possible. But, by that, it just means that if I've done crazy things like far too much bread product in short order, particularly if I've had it with milk, because I know I'm lactose intolerant, then you mix the two together and recipe for badness. So yeah, I get the surprises. Spend time there, like, not great, but on the bright side, I mean, that's one of the perks to morning streaming, is usually things like that don't hit me till later in the day. Oh, aw, seriously? Egnabbit. Don't have enough of that, so finish off. I think this is the last one I was building, right? Nope, I have one more to go. Oh well. This the cobble sort of matches the top crossbar portion. Okay. 3, if I built that right. And then this fourth one. Probably will change it out later, but let's just make it functional for now. Or I'm a little bit picky about the way things look sometimes. Ooh. Mines. Yeah, oh, totally. I get you. I get you. It's, yeah, not a fun place to be. But I guess on the other hand, you probably... Come on. E, thank you. You probably will not be having cravings for Hot Pockets anytime soon. I'll cure you for that craving for a while. Just out of curiosity, though, what flavor, and did they actually taste any good when you were eating them? You make Hot Pockets out of all sorts of things. So, usually I believe they're similar to the Pizza Pocket ones, but could be all sorts of fillings, so I've heard. Eat before we run into trouble. Ah! You finally got the information for your, I think weren't you waiting on the information for your roommate? Or your housemate or whatever? Because, I think that was what you'd said to me earlier. Sounds like you're got big things on the horizon. It was good in time, yes. Well, I mean, that's one of those other things too, is vending machines, when they have things refrigerated, yeah, they're always scary. It's part of the reason why I don't like, or have never really enjoyed the taste of the pre-made sandwiches. You sometimes find them in the little, like, plastic triangle-shaped packages. And they've been doing that for Moon's age, so you never know how old these things are. It's like an old episode of Erie, Indiana that I watched years ago, where they were talking about Foreverware, and basically stuff would keep forever in there, but as soon as you open it, depending on how old it was, it would, like, go bad near instantly. Sounds like you've got some pretty big things on the horizon, and yeah, it'll be a nice big change. Moving out is cool. Like, I don't know if you've done it before and then went home, or if this is the first time, but I definitely do recommend it. Sounds silly to say that. But being on your own can be even when you've got to work, it still feels very freeing. Partly because, at minimum, you don't have to worry about the schedules of someone who may or may not understand your interests. So that's always handy. I mean, parents can try to be accommodating, but even like they've got limits, and there's a limit to courtesy. Besides, siblings are great to a point. I was kind of glad when I moved out, simply because my sibling my brother had actually been to England for a couple of years, and so therefore wasn't home for a while. 7. So then when he came home, I got sick and tired of him. That's not his fault, but like he's younger than me, so he came home. But the other part of it was there's, I wouldn't say favoritism. That's not quite the story, but he was more successful in school than I was. I just was bright initially and then hit a wall where I wasn't ever again. And so college was not a thing that worked for me. Why would you go away? I can hear you. I can't hear. So it was good. The moving out was good, because then you could stop saying, "Oh, well, he did this and he did that," and like, for the love of Pete, go away. But on the whole, I really liked the moving out part, because in my case, when I moved out, I moved in with Fantastic Sherlock Fox. So you can definitely say that I'm biased because I got to move in with the person that I eventually married. Whereas I have a suspicion vast majority of people moving out end up with roommates that may or may not be great. I mean, my brother had a horrible roommate for whom, when they moved out, they actually pretty much had to tear out the carpet because the roommate just basically never ever cleaned their carpet and loved to walk around in bare feet and stuff like that, which means that of course you've got all kinds of skin oils in there that are attracting dirt even further. Kind of a nap, go away. No, dead. Go away. You too. Hey. So, yeah. Work on that. And one of the disadvantages, of course, is then you're on your own for things like transportation. And say, hey, can I borrow the car? Oh, hey, you're going wherever it is. Oh, can you take me with you? And I'm going to go, off to the shops or something. Shops? Oh boy. Off to, another store or something instead. But, oh, what am I doing? I'm going to destroy them. Okay, nope. Guess not. Alrighty. Looking at my checklist of instructions, and then I will be right back online. Here. Failed for that. Come on, you. Trying to read. Okay. Microsoft Office. Aren't you? That one. There we go. Gotta throw on the fencing first. Gonna help a whole lot, but it'll get things done. Oh, thank you. You. Band-aids. Sort of. Here. Down to 2. Sort of. Let's go see where this bird went. Oh, there. Behind you.
Ow. Ow.
Said, hey, you putts, come here. Come on.
Ow.
Alright, let's see. Neighbor out of the way. Oh.
Ow. 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 Ow.
If I really wanted a no harassment zone, I could probably, in addition to fencing, I could probably actually put gates in the whole thing, fence the whole way along, but then I'd just have them standing outside the fence and shoot. Not ideal.
Ow. 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 Ow.
Take care, Peregrine. Have a great day. Out of the... Okay. Fences, isn't it? I have more fences than I can shake a stick at, so I really... Another thing. That's... Fences.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Away.
Ow.
Death Chamber is not open for business yet. As I understand it, being this is the first time I've built one of these, fences will keep Ravagers out, and then they'll try and in via the chutes, and then get stuck in the lava blade. But because up a level, then the stuff that we want, saddles will fall down below, get washed in. Yeah, that's the plan. Remember, I've got a holder. I believe after we do the fencing, I start building the center platform and then digging out underneath. Well, if I get this one to function, Zerk, you're more than welcome to use it whenever you like. I'm only going to go down about 10 blocks below. I could do more, get it closer to drop zone kill, but then there's the chance of just missing out on opportunities for XP and so forth. So it's going to be one where on the reason I keep the home tag turned on is because when I get to the dig down spot, or dig down point, then I'm actually going to have the entrance, so to speak, on this side. So you'll come running across. I don't know whether it'll be the right or the left, but there'll be like a trap door with ladders, and you can head down and then toward the center, where there'll be a little room with the swiping. This is actually hello. This is actually Avalance's design, or at least one that Avamance has done a video on. Looked at it and thought, you know, not up in the sky, because you guys are aware they're not a fan of sky stuff. I'm getting a half decent quantity of regular surface spawns. I'm not too fussed about not getting things. I did try to block a bunch into the did try to block a bunch of little caves I may not have blocked them well enough because some of them have water in them, and some of them had actually was able to fill. There's a couple of them that seemed to go on forever. I tried to fill the entrance part with water completely so that things going through would drown, but I think they were low enough that I might not have too much of a problem with. Yeah, it is an Avo design, so I'm hoping it looks simple enough. But as I said, the tough part will be bringing in the villagers, because it'll either be from the village that you help me clean out, or it will be over from my base, which is a bigger deal with regards to the bad omen. I mean, well, both are bad, but I'm thinking we're gonna have to. I was originally hoping to be able to keep them safe enough that I could just bait the villagers by workstations and beds and stuff, but I have a feeling that's not going to work, just because it's not just the terrain, but it's such a slow process waiting for them, which is fine if you don't have any threats. But having these villagers, whatever, these guys around, then it's not a safe method to go that way. And besides, I'm not really familiar with the mechanics for whether or not they would actually be just simply afraid of the guys with crossbows and run up in the opposite direction. So I may end up having to do it differently. At least I don't think you can boat or can leash boats in Java. I'm pretty sure that's a no-go. So I may end up having to try and bait them across the water in the first place, hoping, cross my fingers, that there's somebody there. And more importantly, hoping that I can get past the punks. And then we'll see about how much I can, if I can boat any of it. It's hard to tell whether or not the terrain's flat enough. But rails is probably a better design. Just not as familiar with it, and I find getting villagers into a rail cart is a pain in the patutski. Doable is not my forte. I have a lot of things that are not my forte. Okay, so I think that's that. Yeah, and I fortunately kept those two out, but that's... Hence. Remember that I do the corners, then it'll actually help me. It was just simply engaged. Oh. Hey, buddy. And then I'll take a nap. Yeah, so I mean, as you can see, it's a simple enough design to build. Matter of getting it done. And I know I've got the steamer ship thing is still not complete, but I just wasn't in the mood for that one today. Okay. Move a lot of this stuff. You. Slabs, or there? Yes. Right. Two up slabs. Okay. Okay. So as I remember, a smidge out of kilter, I guess. Whatever. Off kilter a little bit. So I'm my organization. Oops. Dirt. Not helpful. A smidge out of kilter, which means I'm a little more squirrely than usual. No surprises there. But just means that things are using me a lot right now. Grasp more. Oh, the live stuff. Or that doesn't make any sense what I just said. Yeah. It doesn't make sense. Okay. Here. Ledger here. Hey, you. Oh. I'm really starting to think that the golems are moody. What I mean by that is that sometimes they just stand there and do nothing. Other times they seem... other times they're really active in going after guys. And there's still other times where absolutely nothing seems... and then there's times where they just walk away, so it's kind of like... Food problem? Oh, lovely. This... Didn't have to, but... That part goes. I kind of luck it'll probably pour water down in... where am I? Right. I'm gonna get moved. Supposed to be 5 by 7. Okay. Oh. Mouse finger click. We're gonna restart in 5 minutes. Regulars will know that means a quick Lego break. One of the other perks of having screen change change. Having, they're gonna call them, basically they call them decks.
Ow! Ow!
One of the perks of having the deck for StreamerBot available on a web browser will be that we can do a lot more scene changes and stuff from other locations because I don't have to have everything tied into my Stream Deck button system. Like Lily, that way. Right. Oop.
Ow! 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 Ow!
Anytime. Yep, I did. I've taken it out. Dumb. Really dumb. Okay. My kids asked me yesterday what the meaning was of the word derp. I went and looked it up. Kind of funny. I didn't expect them to ask that. But of course, the definition was what you would expect in terms of being referring to silly things, silly behaviors. Pardon me.
Ow! 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 Ow!
There we go. Speaking of derps, seven across. Long term, maybe I'll put lanterns, but this will do. Some slab. What today? Can't think today. Okay, there we go. Ah! What was on here? Thinking this doesn't make sense. Oh, I guess it does. Okay. Server says 1 minute till restart. Which means I should probably get out of here. Long enough? Okay. I'll do a quick flip over towards the Lego. Gonna be right back for now. We're back to Legoland, if that makes any sense. So we left off with the trapdoor on Sunday, or Saturday? I can't remember. Anyways, last stream, we left off with having the trapdoor completed. So next step we're up to is building more of the walls and adding some exterior paneling. And good, people are seeing Lego today, that's sure. So we've got, oops, I need 2 little pieces with holes in them. I just go on the ends of this section we've already got. And then we have 3 wall sections that are just going to go along the back. 2 and 3. And I need a gap in between, so I made a mistake. This one. Oh. We've got their 3 wall sections. And time to turn the page. Alright. So then we've got... Where are we here? I sorted the pieces and then I got lost where I put them. Okay. We've got a couple of spots where we put in 2 tall, 2 blocks tall. Yep. And that and without a stud. Oh, without a stud, okay. And then we've got a little one and one more with a hole in it. Doing the same sideways direction, so we've got a hole in the end. And the same thing on the other side. So it's sort of a, I don't know if he's got 2 by 2, maybe 2 here, by 1 by like 2 tall. Stick them together, and they slip on the edge. Ow! Studless orange, and one with a hole. Excellent. And then the last piece for this round, before I double check to see if the server's restarted, is we've got a little brown base and turkey leg, or some sort of bird leg thing. It just lives in the corner. So there's Fluffy's dinner. And there we are. So let's head back and see whether or not the server has restarted.
I swear I'll never make that same mistake. I'm always lost in my own head space. I know it's gonna make my heart ache, but only thinking what I wanna say. When I'm high, I get low.
And yay, we're back. In time, I can hear. Who's shooting me?
Har.
Come get me, I get it.
Ow.
So let's see, I've got the ring. Blocks up top, and then I need to get up and further. Where did I... This isn't wood slabs. Hey, Band-Aid. Uh-oh. I don't have any more with me, bud. Vincent. And wood slabs. Right. Have a need. I get a need. Write this place down. There they are. 3-1? I don't know if enough. Let's see. 5? Yeah, it should be fine. Labs. Apparently that 1 block gap will continue to exist. I had forgotten about that. For some reason I thought it was only going to be a half, which does to some extent put villagers at risk, but I have a suspicion that the crossbow people will probably need to get closer, and then they'll be inside the inside the range of of where the glass is actually effective. First things first. This. This is corners. So the next piece up is just basically adding the lightning protection. Last thing we're going to want is witches in. So just make for a bad day. Wait. Yeah, so there's that drawing bow sound again. Annoying. Well, if you're coming up to me, I pot shot you. Two. Get a wood slab up there. Come on, just one, please. Nope, not like that. Jump high enough. I ain't got no hops. Hops from here, probably not. No, that'll do. That's on the side. Fine. Now I don't need to worry about hops. Oh, not gonna have enough, I don't think. That. One. Really? Odd. 5 wide by 7. And more than 41 blocks. That doesn't make. 2. 5. I made it 6. Ah, that's the problem. Whole thing's wrong. Okay. Yeah, that's the problem. 15. Down from the. Oops. Up. That's it. Go away, buddy.
Ow. 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 Ow.
There are definitely smarter ways I could be taking care of those monkeys, but I didn't think of it at the time. Was wrong. down for now. Stay over there. So I've got the roof on. I'm just hitting my checkboxes. Here we go. That. Okay, need to cut more down. And for this. Thank you. So I've got to make this hole one deeper than the surrounding section. No. Cobble either's of that box. Okay. You know, one way of looking at it is that if I can build it, then I'm fairly certain anybody can build a model. There's one down because I want to line it. Beans, there's my really.
Hello.
Reeve, how are you doing? Good evening to you. Hopefully you had a good weekend. So, future person, how was your Tuesday? Hope you had a good day. Always a pleasure having you drop by. Yes, exactly. That's how I feel too. Amazing and awesome, Mr. Reeve. Always a pleasure to have Creef drop by.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Casey Grandma. Glad to see you back.
Hello.
You had a good weekend. Your day's shaping up well. Wow. Hello, Fantastic Shockbox. I really did not expect to see you today. Hopefully things are going well from your end. Goodness. I actually have quite a crew today, surprisingly. That's not common. I'm chuffed. Or a British term for that. I'm chuffed. People used to spend their Tuesdays. So, for those of you who just arrived, I'm still working on the raid farm that I sort of started digging a hole for on the second of the stream weekend streams. Had, of course, confusion and delay. Yes, as a result of the usual expected visitors if you're going to be building on a pillager outpost slot. And so that just slowed things down a little bit. But the other part I was mentioning is I absolutely hate moving villagers. This is actually part of the reason why I often base in a village and tear it apart so that my villager's already there. But for the purposes of this, I'm going to have to figure out how to do it and probably ask for server help later on. So we'll just see what happens there. But yeah, for now, just building everything I possibly can, and then we'll put the villagers in at the end, in spite of Avamance, whose design I'm using, recommending otherwise. He actually wants you to put the villagers in earlier. And it's probably so that you don't have to worry about tearing stuff down underneath them. My concern, of course, is that until I have the rest of the trap built, the villagers are not very safe. So I figured I would try and push that part off, do it in a different order. And it's done. Nice. So I'm glad you're able to finalize the paperwork. Does that mean that it's approved that quickly too? Peregrine? I really hope that you're... And then, of course, once they finalize the paperwork, they'll hopefully be able to give you a move date to work with. In your face. Come on. There you go. Okay, let's see where the middle is. Got 4, 5, probably here. Okay. Mark the middle. Okay, well, I will mark the middle then. Three deep, 1 deeper than the surrounding area. Yes. Mark the center. Okay, fine. Now dig down. Yes, dig down. Fun, fun. Thank you. Okay, so now we're into the building the room portion, which is not high on my list, because you can see I've got a creeper buddy waiting for me down there. So, I mean, maybe he might help with the dig, I guess. But I can start to see, most of them here, I can start to see that I've got some cave problems up here. Let's have to be with the hole, right below the hole. Yeah, I haven't gotten down far enough yet to be able to see much. Not looking forward to her buddy down below. Oh well, deep breath. May or may not stream this weekend? Yeah. Ooh, planned move date June 1st, well that's soon. I'll always say never dig down. We're a fan of digging down. Works right up here. What have we got? Eight? I just made a dumb move. Eight, yeah. But I'm coming up the other side, so I need to my ladders. My trapdoor. And I didn't bring a trapdoor. Okay, well. Good. Got to go make a trapdoor. Neat. Wow. I think I've got a case of the hiccups. Or you. Dirt boxes. But Close E. Birch. A little cold in here, don't you think? It'll heat you up a bit. Right. Oh, digging down. I've got the ladders, got torches. Into one. First off, I'm going to want to sleep. Got enough creeper issues, is it? Too much stuff? Yeah. Ooh, a Wyoming license in. Wow. That's good. Sounds like you've got a really busy day. How am I doing, Creef? I've added a new tag to my streams in terms of full disclosure. Otherwise, doing pretty good. Today's actually a relatively decent day. Feeling a little at loose ends with the streams, but that's par for the course when you blend. Yeah, moving is a good thing. It definitely forces you to go through stuff and clear out a bit. And it also means that you have a chance to rearrange all your furniture in a new space, which can feel really good. And you're in charge of how things lay out when you move, usually. Yeah, I would say moving is awesome. Right. Enough space. But are you a hoarder in real life as you may be in? What did I end up with? I'm not going to ask how I suddenly ended up with crafting tables. I just know that they're in the way. Hoppers, I'm going to test. Not all of them. Water at the bottom is temporary. Glass. That other trapdoor. That should do the trick. Really need water down. Right. Good. All of it. There. I'm assuming your 7-year-old brother is quite looking forward to you moving as well, because then he can expand. And for you, you're expanding as well, in terms of more space. You don't have his stuff in the room. It'll be interesting to find out later on how he fared with regards to your move. And what I mean by that is, as you pack, what things he's going to try and say, hey, that's mine, even though you may think otherwise. Kids are funny that way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know. Casey Grandma is so far in my good books, but she wanted Lego on the weekends. That always makes me smile. We had a Lego break this morning just as the server restarted, and we're headed for another one. At some point, probably. We'll see. Depending on my mood as we get close to the wrap up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're almost at the bottom. 10. Well, it's a safe place to be down here, I suppose. Let's do this. Yep, there we go. Okay, we'll make a quick Lego run and we'll be right back. I see it made you jump, Peregrine. Yeah, it makes me jump too. I'm thinking I'm going to change that one out. I've got a Monty Python clip that says, and now for something completely different. I think I'm going to use that instead. So we're going to change the page and get back on the building. The next piece they want is a whole bunch of little stuff across the top. Oops. If I get too close to me, I can't see what I'm doing. Alright. And, oh, not that one. I do use flat ones. There we go. Okay, so I've got two. I want the ones with the little bump on it now to go in the slot in the middle with the bump facing outwards. No longer flat on my table, but that's okay. Yeah. Definitely an attention getter, for sure. I suspect I may have the volumes a little bit off, but it's also a short sound that is really punching in your face. Oh. There's that one. And then we've got on the ends a couple of arched doorway pieces that face that face inwards toward the base. Maybe. Blend. There you go. All right. Is there anything else? Nope, that was it for that one. One more each turn. See what else we got. Okay, so we're just going to finish off the bottom edge of the base section, and then we'll head back for some more Minecraft. Two little flat ones, and then one more. And that's the base of the room. Alright, I'll see you back at the Minecraft table, or, yes, Minecraft table, there we go. All right, we're back. Let's see. Everybody seems to want to give Zerk a hard time. I can't say he's not asking for it some days, but that's just because it's all in jest, right? I'm glad you guys like that I build the Lego. I quite enjoy it as well. My shelf in behind me is actually quite Lego filled. I will post a picture on Discord at some point. It's got a slot for the builds that we're working on currently. And I actually find I love Minecraft a lot because of that. Because Minecraft, as some people are saying, really is your digital Lego. And particularly if you're playing Bedrock, it's definitely a portable version of Lego. Although I'm sure that, you know, the Lego company would probably disagree with us. Okay. Got 8. I think we're at 10. Why I stopped here? I can't recall. Find out. Count up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 8, 9, and the white block is 10. Perfect. Blocks what the... Wow. Mine and the twins. That's going to be an interesting separation. As Fantastic Fox can vouch, we had some family friend who he works with that has separated a bunch of her kids' Lego and tried to sell the complete kits, but it took her quite a while to figure out which end was up, and then discovering which ones had missing pieces and which kits didn't, and then she had some bulk Lego kits or like bulk Lego left over. So yeah, it's gonna take a while. Creeper explosion. I don't know why those sounds aren't working. I apologize, Creef. I'm going to have to arrange for those not to skip the queue, because they worked when I started the stream, but they don't seem to work now, and I do not understand why. Let's see, sound alert. That's really weird. Man. Nope, I don't have that one. Yeah, weird. I have no idea why that one's not working. Oh, we got an explosion on this one. I've heard of Lego Masters. I haven't watched it either, but I suspect my kids and I would probably enjoy that quite a lot. I have. Home is this way. Okay. The reason I wanted to build in the home direction from here, is that it makes it a little bit easier to have a shorter tunnel. I'm out on the edge of the build without having to worry about coming up underneath it. I guess this on the hole. So 1, 2, 3, and 11. A little bit of extra space. And yeah, just the fun part of, okay, we are live, but my game sounds decided to bite the biscuit. It's gonna be one of those days, I believe. Going live might actually help. It'll be one of those days where that probably explains why some of the sounds weren't working. Doesn't necessarily mean for sure. I think I'm going to give the find a way to give the mods a command that just simply plays a sound, like a ring or something that will get my attention, which just lets me know that I'm not on the correct screen. Check your screens! That sort of thing. Game sounds, woohoo! Yeah, the magic of being on the correct screen, Grief. I don't know if the timing was really bad from your side. I saw the request come through, or it should have come through, and nothing happened at my end, so I replayed it. So if it did really work on your end, then you would have heard the creeper explosion sound twice. In this case, I do not want gravel. It's creating a cave I have to deal with. Okay. Come on. One more, please. Go. Well then. Sounds, woo! Yeah, Lego Masters sounds fantastic. I really should check into that one. Sorry for being distracted about the stuff. It's actually kind of funny because I wasn't really sure how well the Lego thing would go over in this scenario. Something that Maribel Jade does, and it's a good thing to do during server restarts, but I really wanted to share that with you guys, and I found that if I didn't do something like a redeem, I was not going to actually be including it or like making my time to build them because stream would come first. But it definitely gives something to do during the server restarts that work well. Host is the voice of Lego Batman. Oh, wow. That would be initially slightly distracting, but I think long term would be quite fun. Sorry about the ads, guys. Ad for Kenobi. Sounds like a blast. Bad puns intended. Get the torch. Torch. Here. That one. Oh, it's very nighttime. Okay. Well, that's okay. Torch in the bottom here. Start chopping up the other way. Bet. Sorry. Oh, Boba Fest. Got it. I was trying to figure out... I just cut the Fett as the last second. And, yeah. 1, 2, 5, and 6. Count 1. There we go. Yeah, our kids are wow. We're watching, things slowly, like, Fantastic Sherlock Fox and, Star Wars Fan Kid. We're watching The Mandalorian, and then they watched a bit of Boba Fett, but they haven't actually gotten all the way through that one. And I don't know quite what the story is, why we didn't get through some of the animated series. Because it's animated, I'm not really sure. But, my daughter, She Queen, is not... She's sort of a, lukewarm Star Wars fan, which means that she more puts up with it rather than anything else. But then, when it comes to, like, playing the video games, the Lego games in particular, she quite likes doing that. Like, if she can mess about and do her own thing rather than necessarily being story-based. But I think, yeah, Boba Fett was okay. I saw the first couple episodes, and then I became disenchanted with it. I don't think everybody and their dog needs a backstory. I think it's getting a little bit overboard in that respect. But also that some felt that they had turned Boba Fett into a softie. And I could totally see why. Lucky Americans. Hulu is not so great up here. This one. Time to do the floor. There. So the idea, hopefully, keep the troublemakers out. Stuff should dump into here, provided that A, I don't screw up, and B, that, I remember to carpet it so that I can take advantage of the... Great. Glenn! Wow. I did know better. And I still did it. I'm glad it didn't take me out, though. That would have just been frustrating. Yikes, yeah. I'm not sure how many how many people actually saw that. Kind of embarrassing, but oh well. So theoretically the dudes will drop down this tube, and then I will be able to swipe at their feet. That's the idea anyways. Blocks here, so I actually have some sand. And where? Door? Go. Baby zombie protection. Need the carpets and stuff that I forgot up top, but throw in some storage down. Oh yeah. I don't really need a room this big, actually. Well. I think I went 16 long, so I really won't need this much space, but I can always fill it in to figure out where the top is. I didn't bring a bed. Oh, fantastic. Huh. Oh, this is one of the other perks to having what? I can't remember. One of the other perks to having the journey map. There we go. See how many blocks out I went beyond where I needed to be? Only really need to be about here. On 1, 2, 4. 4 rows. And that'll at least get me straight up to the top. And then I'm that big anyways. See what I've got that I can, then I'll change on, I'm sure. But it means less carpeting. It means less room for things down here to spawn. Because that's definitely not something I particularly not when we start doing raids, if we can. Which Doctor Who did you start watching, Peregrine? Travel, yes. So, I'm just I'd be curious. One of the buddies, I guess, maybe? 3 off center. I think that should work. Oops, not that. Yeah, that'll get me up safe enough. That one. Where am I here? Okay. So one of the things I tried when I was in high school was actually watching some of the old Doctor Who with a buddy of mine who some groups are funny, and I didn't realize that he thought we were dating. But it was a good chance to experience old Doctor Who, and I started with the 9th Doctor, okay, yeah, and so we would go downtown and get like imported British snacks to eat with our Doctor Who. That was where I experienced Iron Brew and Ready Breck with bananas, and some strange seafood crisps that I would not recommend. They're basically like deep fried shrimp based rings of some sort. It was odd. Anyway, favorite Doctor is 10. Yeah, Eccleston did a good job. I will definitely say he did a good job. But personally I'm a fan of the older stuff, but that's partly because I enjoyed how campy it was. That's really came down to there. Where do I really want to go? Trying to decide. Maybe only about the end of these chests here. Mark that. Put down 4 more chests. Mark this one and fill in. I'm feeling a little bit manic all over the place, so just if the topics of conversation shift, please do let me know that you're not enjoying it, if that's the case. But yeah, so I like the old Doctor Who. The new stuff was really neat. It just seemed a little bit over the top, but I mean, I can't really blame them because they were trying to avoid having some of the earlier storylines just keep on going ad nauseum, or returning too quickly to some of the previous villains in the earlier series, which there's only so much Cybermen and Buckethead type people that you can really handle, and the Daleks, particularly the early ones, were like bullet plungers on salt shakers, so not ideal. As I said, I really don't need the storage, but I got the space, why not, right? Then this will be an anvil for combining things. Yeah, you know, new ones are pretty neat. They definitely make you think twice about how you look at post boxes or telephone booth or whatever. On that note, actually, apparently today was some sort of special day in New York because here's the making you feel old moment, because they finally removed in a big ceremony the absolute last of the telephone booths in New York City was removed today. Yeah, great big ceremony for that. And I just thought, okay, well, times change. Will change, I suppose, but we don't really... It just feels funny to think that that part of the era is totally gone. I actually really wished that telephone booths had remained a thing. And the reason I wish telephone booths had remained a thing was because I know we don't really want, like, you know, unfortunately have homeless people living in them or whatever. But I figured that it would have been cool to have telephone booths because then people could actually have a private place to have a cell phone conversation. That was part of the whole point to the booth thing, as opposed to just simply putting telephones on the wall. So, looking up top, I'm seeing villagers without golems, so I'm expecting that I will have company when I arrive to the top. And that I shall have no more golems to help me out. I have supplies with me for one more, but I'm not really sure how useful it is. Come on. Ah! Well. Okay, that was not where I wanted to come up. Fiddle. Go away. Yeah, that's not where I wanted to come up. Here's fine, but not there. Fine. Two, 4. Better. Fix this part. It's your face first. Bye. Stop shooting at me. Really? Okay, let's fix this bit. Hopefully. Wait. bottom, didn't I? Oh, I did. Alright. So, the idea will be they come out right next to there, and then we close that off, which will make sure they don't go in. I need carpets. Green red simply because that is what I have an awful lot of after going down the mansion. Just curious for now what would happen if I take out this part. And then we'll do the water piece. Round. 2. I won't get a raid, I'm very certain of that, but at least then you have a couple of guys drop down to the bottom, just see how that part works out. No, I do have one golem left. Yay! Sort of, maybe. Any others? Do they just walk away, maybe? I've got one that walked away, and then the other got destroyed. Okay. You that walked away. Back here, buddy. Sorry. Services? Need your services in the hole. Okay, I apologize, but it's required. Okay? Alright. Where are you? Here. Alright. I know the golem won't last long. And re 550. Okay. 2. Inner level to actually get themselves down there. Alright. 2 more on the corners. Back corners first. Water part's always the slowest. Oops, what should I do? In. Water, please. Could be. Last two. Shot at. By who? What? Not know. Not that one. Hey, go away. This one. There. There. More buckets. Okay, back and forth, back and forth. So as far as doing things off camera, I'm almost at the point where I'm going to need the villagers. However, however, I don't want to do a whole lot of burping on camera, but I'm not really sure if I'm going to need to do it off or not. I do not know yet. Okay. And I'm trying to make sure I don't fall down the hole by lack of attention. My golem's probably not too happy with me because he's probably standing in the hole. So, one more side. Itch. But if I can get that done by noon, then we are golden. Don't know if I will or not. Come on. Not big enough bait? I am a big enough bait. finish off this. Oh. And that doesn't look right. Happened. Oh, okay, guess that is over. Okay. Wait. Hmm. Hmm. That's gonna be a problem. Two. In theory, all I would need after this point is just the villagers and the lava blades. And then we're done. But I'm just about sure there's not going to be enough power to get the guys to consistently go straight into the center. Maybe there is. I still have messed up it up top. This bit. Up there. Away. All right. Get this one away. So really all I need the villagers and as I said, the blades, and we're done. Look at the blades put in. Actually, that would be problems with the villagers. Let's just leave it for and finish off down at the bottom, I think. See what these guys are up to. I've got a tunnel problem. That direction. But otherwise, this is bad. Yeah, good start. Alright. So, let's pop out of the hole here. Boop. And this is where I'll leave you for today. Have yourselves a great day. I wanted to say thank you very much for dropping by, especially to KC Grandma and to Peregrine and to Zerk and to Fantastic Sherlock Fox. If I did miss anyone who was either lurking or hanging out, you know, I wish you a great day as well. I'm going to send us off to the end screen and then find someone to raid. So let's just see what we've got. Like Romper Room and Friends. Oh, and Creef. Can't forget Creef. What an awesome thing to have him drop by. So, let's see who we got to raid today. We have... I think we're probably going to head off to Gruva, and just wish him all the best for our day. I don't have a raid phrase yet. If you guys have any suggestions, please feel free to stick them in the chat. Use them what you like, or DM them to me, and we can look at getting those ready to rock. So we're going to say hi to Gruva. Have yourselves a great day, everyone.
Mischief managed.
The club, I see you, you're shining bright. I'ma take you home.